Now it is time to prepare for a good night's sleep. With a good night's sleep, we restore ourselves. Sleep is a time to heal, revitalize. It is a healing time, and so we can really allow ourselves to forget all of our concerns now, knowing that we are doing the best thing for us right now if we let go of our concerns and deeply allow ourselves to rest. As we prepare for sleep, we quiet down. We enter into a pleasant and dreamy state of mind and induce sweet dreams that will help us in their positive energy to heal and relax so the body can do what it needs to do. The body and spirit know exactly what we need, and if we simply allow it the space, it will do just that. So put aside your cares now and enjoy a quiet bedtime story before sweet sleep. It was very late in the day on a Sunday in July, at that point in the eve when it is still light, but where a kind of sleepiness begins to descend on the day, after the day has long passed its peak and all the work has been done and is heading towards nighttime. Everything gets a little bit hushed. It's that time when your body feels sleepy and you wish you had a hammock under a big tree. And it just so happens that tonight you are in just such a place. You are in the country, and after a long stroll through the forest glen, you walk back along the path towards the house, and just on the edge of the forest glen, a peaceful, quiet, safe, and warm spot with dappled hazy light, there is a hammock secured between two large, beautiful oak trees. Magically, just exactly as you had wished. A beautiful, comfortable hammock with pillows and a blanket and everything to be comfortable and warm. You lay down and it swings gently and slowly. Gently and slowly. So gently and slowly. And you realize this is the most perfect spot to lay down and have a restful sleep. And you know already that when you wake up from this sleep, you will feel beautifully refreshed and pleasantly happy. As you drift off in your sweet dreams in the hammock, your dream space, the nature spirits, the creatures begin to speak to you and tell you their stories. Under these two old oak trees, the hammock is attached like a cradle. Two wise old trees. You are sheltered between the two trees of wisdom and grace. You are completely sheltered and safe. These two oak trees have presided over this forest glen for over 100 years, and seen all kinds of comings and goings, and they know it all. Through their roots and leaves and trunk and branches, and then through the ropes that are attaching and supporting the hammock, provide a kind of communication telephone line. And through this magical hammock, you begin to drift off and begin to hear and learn the stories of the wise oak trees. And you relax and listen. And as you sleep, these stories inspire you. And so as the world is slowing down now, and the moon is beginning to peek over the horizon, but the sun has not yet set, a middle time and a hush falls over the land, and everything becomes quiet. And in this quiet, you can listen for things that you don't often hear, like two old trees telling you stories of the world of the forest glen. And you listen. And they tell you about the lives of all the animals, plants, and spirit creatures, and you are enchanted. As you drift off, like in a dream, you remember the part of their story where they told you something about a dragonfly and a butterfly, and how they became two unlikely friends that met every day for one whole summer. They told each other tales of the lives of butterflies and dragonflies. Each day, at exactly the same time, this little butterfly, black and orange and white and golden yellow, and a dragonfly that was blue and black with iridescent wings, would sit down on an old log for a rest. On the first day, they paid each other no never mind, and also on the next. But on the third day, they couldn't help but notice each other. And the dragonfly, being a little more bold of the two, decided to strike up a conversation. But dragonflies do not talk the way that humans do, as they are silent creatures, and they speak through the movement of their wings. And so the dragonfly buzzed its wings very, very quickly, 26 times, as is the customary greeting among dragonflies. Greetings, I am the largest blue-black butterfly in this glen. I noticed you here, and also yesterday and the day before. And the butterfly was surprised to hear his greeting. Such fast fluttering of the wings is not the butterfly way. The butterfly, in response, opened and closed its wings very slowly in a dignified way, the way that butterflies do, opening and closing the wings once, twice, 3 times in the formal butterfly greeting. She said, I am a butterfly. I see that you are different than I. And so they began to talk in this way with their wings and talk and talk and talk. And the oak trees with their huge ears began to listen, because oak trees have ears. Each leaf is really like an ear, not like our own, but they are sensing leaves, sensing all the vibrations in the glen, even the quietest conversation of buzzing wings of one little butterfly and one little dragonfly. And day after day the two talked, and sometime into it, as they got a little more used to one another, they started to argue. And they argued about which foods are best to eat, bugs or flower nectar, and about which places are best to fly for the winter, and where is the best place to lay eggs, and they found they could not agree on a thing. "You were wrong," said the butterfly. "No, you were wrong," said the dragonfly. Over and over, over and over, until, after many days of this, the oak tree gently cleared her throat. But if you have ever heard the sound of an oak tree clearing her throat, you know it is not like any other sound. It is a deep and resonant vibration that moves deep through the very earth and reverberates across the land in a wise and undeniable way. When an oak tree clears her throat, if you are truly listening, you understand what it means. And at that moment, the butterfly and the dragonfly had the good sense to listen. And they saw that actually it was a good thing that they did not see eye to eye, so to speak. It was a good thing for them and for the whole glen, and so made the glen a more diverse place. And they realized there was nothing to argue about. They actually had just exactly what each one liked best and needed. And then they could talk, really talk. And they talked until the dragonfly knew as much as a dragonfly could possibly know about the world of butterflies. And the butterfly got to know as much as a butterfly could possibly know about the world of dragonflies. And they became ambassadors to their people. And their people enjoyed the stories of other worlds. And so the forest glen became an even happier and more interesting place, if such a thing were possible, because it was already such a happy place. And so what can we learn from this story? That if you ever hear an oak tree clearing their throat, pay attention, because they can teach you something you really need to know. Or so the story goes. And all these things and more exist within the forest glen. And as you drift into peaceful slumber, feel safe and secure in the land of sweet dreams. and upon waking, you will feel rested and filled with a sense